So this is my final project. Originally, what I wanted to do was try to depict the narrative chronology of the book, different sections, sort of when they took place relative to the writing of the book, and also what kinds of things were happening, or what motion was time taking. So were the sections part of a recurring memory or a description of a recurring time in Marcel's life? Were they part of an episode in which things happened to characters in scene? Were they flashbacks, foreshadowing? Um, were they essays? So I was kind of looking at all those different things, and I also was tagging the character names as they showed up. But I had a lot of trouble getting the tagging of the time periods to work well. They're so complexly mixed up. And then I was also having trouble depicting it. So I didn't really know how to make a line work. And I tried it on paper a few different ways, and I couldn't really represent all the different dimensions of information. And while I was working on this, I noticed that as I was showing who was appearing in the text, because I wanted it to happen as you scroll through, I thought it'd be useful to make that sort of the baseline of the narration chronology, is to actually see the text. I noticed that as characters appear in the text, it kind of looks like musical notes or chords being played. So I added this musical function, so that as you scroll, it kind of makes a song, depending on how fast you scroll and where you are. It has a different sort of character, a different sound to it. And as I was working on this, I realized that it kind of accomplishes some of the same things that I was looking for. I wanted to see how characters were sort of portals into the future for Marcel and for the narration, and how they represented ways of foreshadowing. And sort of, you can kind of see it now with this cast of characters on the right. As characters are added to the cast, they often go dim, sometimes for the rest of the book. Like Madame de Percy. Gilbert shows up in the first part as Madame Saint Loup, which I didn't realize until a few days ago when I looked at the synopsis. And then each section of the book kind of makes its own little song. So this is the Leonie and Francoise. Eulalie might appear here shortly. Not yet. There she is. And as we go, more characters appear. You kind of see different things happening. Sometimes it goes without sound for a while, and you know there's some kind of essay happening. Are we by a stream here, maybe? Or looking at some churches? But it looks like we're just dealing with the discovery of truth. And then sometimes everyone seems to appear. There's a dinner at Block's house. Everyone is mentioned within the space of a few pages. I think this might be it. Nearby that. So I kind of had a good time making this. I think ideally it would sort of sound like something like Ventoy's little phrase or his sonata, but that's way beyond my abilities. I think it sounds kind of cool anyway. Except for Le Grandin, his note is really bad, and whenever he appears, it takes on a sour cast. You can hear that it's a different song when we get to Swan in Love. There's this back and forth between Swan and Odette that gets repetitive. It's kind of tense. A little trouble. The little group appear. It works backwards and forwards. Now I'm going kind of fast. Just because I want to show the last part. Oh, this part I like, the heartbreak. And they'll go on vacation without Swan. Oh no, he's at the party now. Here's the heartbreak. He's exiled, and now we're back in Cambrai. And Marcel sees Gilbert. So that's it. I think ideally, like, it would sound a little bit more like I think what Fun Toy sounds like. And it would be cool to get the chronological part in too, but I haven't had time to get that working well yet. I'll send you the URL, and when you load the page, you have to hit a couple keys on the keyboard to make it give your browser permission to play sound, and then you can kind of scroll around. And I think that's it. I might make a few changes to it to try to get it sounding a little better, but I think this is it for now. Thank you.